A catastrophic and unrelenting deluge has struck the southern provinces of China, unleashing some of the most severe flooding seen in recent memory. The province of Guizhou, in particular, has become the epicenter of a large-scale natural disaster, with record-breaking rainfall leading to the failure of critical dam infrastructure, the submersion of entire towns and cities, and a massive humanitarian response to evacuate tens of thousands of displaced residents. Amid the devastation and uncertainty, the people of Guizhou remain resilient, hoping for the storms to subside and for the long, arduous process of repairing the dams, rebuilding their homes, and reclaiming their lives to begin. The story is being shared widely, with journalists reporting live from the flood zones and citizens sharing powerful videos and images on social media. The hashtag #ChinaFloods has gained significant traction online, drawing national and international attention to the scale of the crisis. In the emergency shelters, police are working to maintain order and ensure the fair distribution of resources. Recognizing the importance of communication, authorities are providing evacuees with free access to communication channels and transportation to help them reconnect with family. While official rescue teams search for the trapped, citizen volunteers are setting up tent camps on higher ground for those who have lost their homes. Disaster specialists are on site, offering crucial advice on flood preparedness to local populations. An additional 150 to 180 millimeters of rain is expected in the next 48 hours, a forecast that carries the terrifying prospect of triggering new waves of flooding in already saturated areas. The disaster has also prompted a significant community and volunteer response. Experts and engineers have been dispatched to inspect the integrity of the remaining dams and levees, as there are grave warnings of potential secondary breaches. The Meteorological Service has compounded these fears, predicting further significant rainfall in the coming days. The conditions for these rescuers are perilous. The collapse of dams has created dangerous whirlpools and unpredictable currents near the breach zones, posing a significant risk to boat crews. The military and police forces were mobilized to participate directly in the rescue operations. Using specialized equipment, including inflatable boats and helicopters, rescue teams are working to reach those stranded in isolated villages and deliver critical aid to communities cut off by the floodwaters. Temporary shelters were established in secure public buildings such as schools, gymnasiums, and cultural centers. Here, evacuees are being provided with essential supplies, including warm meals and clean bottled water, to see them through the immediate aftermath. A massive evacuation and relief operation was swiftly put into motion. Approximately 30,000 people were evacuated from the most dangerous and heavily impacted zones. To ensure public safety in flooded urban areas, electricity was preemptively shut down, plunging many districts into darkness, but mitigating the risk of electrocution. The floods also crippled communication networks, with damaged lines leading to unstable internet and phone services, making it difficult for those trapped to call for help and for families to contact loved ones.
看能不能做2手机卖。
大门很血很垮了。
For many local farmers, this event represented the loss of their entire harvest and livelihood for the season. The comprehensive emergency response involved a multi-agency effort. The timing was particularly cruel, as local farmers were on the verge of harvest. Fields of wheat and rice were completely submerged and destroyed, with local reports indicating that over 1,000 hectares, nearly 2,500 acres of productive land, were now underwater. This fear was realized in Congjiang, where a dam on the Tongqiu River catastrophically broke. The breach sent a wall of water into the surrounding agricultural heartland, submerging vast tracts of farmland. The initial focus was on managing the immediate threat posed by the compromised dam systems. The damaged and overflowing dams created a terrifying domino effect, increasing water pressure on all downstream areas and heightening the risk of further failures. The primary goal was to reach higher ground and safety. In response to the escalating crisis, authorities officially declared a state of emergency throughout the entire province of Guizhou. Homes and businesses were swamped by floodwaters, forcing residents into a desperate exodus. Eyewitness accounts and media reports depicted dramatic scenes of citizens evacuating their homes using any means available, from small boats to makeshift rafts constructed from salvaged materials. For the residents of these afflicted areas, the disaster unfolded with terrifying speed. In Leishan County, entire residential districts were rapidly inundated. The crucial highway connecting the major centers of Kaili and Congjiang was rendered impassable after being completely submerged, effectively isolating large populations and severely hampering initial rescue efforts. The visual evidence of the devastation was stark, with reports of main river bridges collapsing under the sheer weight and force of the water and vehicles disappearing beneath the rising floods. Roads and bridges, essential for connecting communities, were submerged beneath murky, fast-moving water. The situation was particularly dire in the city of Kaili, where dozens of smaller bridges were completely washed away, their foundations unable to withstand the force of the current. The region's infrastructure, the skeleton of its daily life and commerce, proved no match for the flood's destructive power. Across Guizhou, critical transportation links were severed. The Duliu River subsequently burst its banks in multiple locations, unleashing floodwaters across the surrounding landscape. The crisis was compounded as the Mianjiang River in the Rongjiang area also breached its channel, adding to the ever-expanding flood zone. In a dramatic and frightening series of events, water began to surge over the top of these dam structures. This overflow was not a gentle spill, but a powerful, uncontrolled rush of water that cascaded downstream with immense force, eroding embankments and carrying debris. The Duliu River, a major waterway in the region, swelled to terrifying levels. The dams constructed along its path, designed to manage water flow and provide hydroelectric power, were unable to contain the deluge. This concentrated and sustained rainfall saturated the mountainous terrain, creating the perfect conditions for catastrophic flash floods and riverine overflow. The immediate and most dangerous consequence of this historic rainfall was the overwhelming pressure it placed on the region's river systems and dam structures. In Leishan County, a staggering 230 millimeters of rain were recorded, turning placid streams into raging torrents. The city of Kaili was inundated with 210 millimeters, while the counties of Congjiang and Rongjiang received about 190 and 200 millimeters respectively. The sheer volume of water was unprecedented, with official meteorological data confirming rainfall levels reaching a staggering 250 millimeters, approximately 9.8 inches in a single day across the province. This immense downpour was not evenly distributed, with several counties and cities bearing the brunt of the storm's fury. The catalyst for this unfolding disaster was a weather system of staggering intensity. In a period of just 24 hours, parts of Guizhou were pummeled by torrential rains that overwhelmed natural and man-made drainage systems,